What is going on, guys? Bombs7 here, and today I'm bringing you the Bahrain Grand Prix for the Apex Online Racing Oceania League. For this race, I'm trying something completely different. I haven't qualified at all. So during the day, I was at the V8 in Barbagallo, and that meant I had no practice. I literally just jumped on and went pretty much straight into the lobby. So I wasn't feeling comfortable, and I knew that Bahrain was a bit of a big track of mine. I haven't really gone well here, as I'm playing my setup. Park Fermi was on, and I loaded my setup during qualifying, but it just didn't apply to the car for some reason, which is a little bit weird. But at least that means I'll be on fresh tyres, fresh soft tyres, and the one-stop strategy should be fairly easy for me to do. I know tyre wear, especially around here, it's got to be said, is pretty poor for me. But starting on the softs, going to the mediums, I should be able to make that work. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do that, even if the actual chassis board doesn't let me do that, as it wouldn't get rid of the final stint. So it's soft to medium, and then like three laps in the supers at the end. But it's just going to be soft to mediums. Starting in the back, you want to keep things nice and cautious. The other reason is starting in the back is I wanted to keep my front wing intact as well. So P60 on the grid, let's see what we can do. So lights out and away we go, and it's a fairly decent start actually. We get ahead of Chimchar, but our plan here was to just brake early in turn one. Don't break the front wing, don't get caught up by the Constantine effect by everyone braking really early. Sado there gets caught on the inside, there's front wing dropping off all over the place. I believe Chimchar hit the back of Proctor's stuff, and there might have been more front wing off. Warder 99 spins out on the exit of turn 2, and I don't think he actually hit the wall. I'm not sure if he got damage, but I don't think he made a pit stop of that. He just went to the back of the field. So really quite a slow, sluggish start. I mean, we only get one position now thanks to Warden spinning, as we haven't actually gained anything. As Chimchar gets caught out behind Sado, but he has damage, so it should be easy pickings down the inside into the hairpins. Malgada there had a little bit of an issue getting past Chimchar, but now there's a collision up ahead with I believe that was Deathbro who hit the back of. No, we had a collision with Jetson, I believe, as we got, I think Prophetic Bird might have damage ahead, not quite sure. But so far, we have no damage. We took things very cautious from turn 10, it's got to be said, so we didn't want to get any damage. As now Prophetic Bird completely brake checks the back, Sado there through the corner, and we get easy pickings on the Williams driver. As Prophetic Bird had a lot of connection issues during this race, as you're about to see later on. But this is an onboarded clip at the start with I'm Death Bro, and you're about to see what happens to him. He goes very cautious to the hairpin, it's got to be said. He gets dive bombed by Jetson, and he's going side by side and exit, but Jetson completely, well, he didn't really run him out of road. I mean, there was just about a car's width, but it's a bit of a racing incident. But yeah, Jetson probably could have left a little bit more room, is my verdict. I mean, there's a reason why he's involved in a lot of racing incidents. But I feel like it was a racing incident nonetheless. But start lap 2 now. We've got a 3-car battle ahead. We've got Front Guru, Prophetic Bird, and someone else, probably Brock ahead. As you can see, Prophetic Bird's lagging all over the place. And he actually X's there, and I completely get out of it to avoid hitting the back and losing my front wing. That was very scary there for a moment. So they're completely backed out of position. I was going to make a move up the inside of the hairpin, but luckily didn't do that. But he gets forced out wide through turn 10, which I was very happy about. I didn't want us to be stuck behind the disconnected car for any longer. As now on lap 3, we're behind Proctor Stuffers on medium tyres. So on the verge of points already now, just by keeping it clean. And we've made a major mistake through the corner. He slid off, nearly hit the wall, and that's a free position really. And it's got to be said, I'm not really pushing in this first phase of the race. Just trying to get used to the car, trying to get used to the tyres, and unlike Brock does stuff, who finds out what happens when you run really high ballast during a race, it can catch you out quite easily if you're not prepared. And there's me just taking an easy position, just like that. Now on board of another clip, this is Warden coming back from the field. I don't think he had any damage, he didn't pit, he's just making his way back through the carnage. He forces Prophetic Bird out wide. A little bit cheeky of him, but Prophetic Bird there oversteers into the side of Warden, and that wasn't really Warden's fault, the second part at least. So continuing on with our race, sat behind Funker and Formula Fish for a few laps. There was some battling one of the Supersoft tyres, and by lap 7 they were struggling quite massively, and I was gaining quite a lot. Supersoft runners, it's got to be said, were definitely falling off the cliff around lap 6 or 7, and I was catching up massively as we go around the outside of Formula Fish. There's going to be a great move if we can pull it off, and sure enough we do. Fish there doesn't bother to fight it too much, as you can tell he's on all the tyres, and I would have got past, anyway. So next up the road is Funk Guru in his McLaren. So lap 7, we've got no front damage, we are on track to complete our one-stop strategy, and we should get good points for this. So it should be a good drive. So try and go up the inside of Funk Guru there, who goes very wide at that hairpin. Didn't really work out, but no front wing damage from that, and he's really struggling on those super soft tyres. Looking to get the move down the pit straight, but he's going to pull into the pit lane, so don't have to overtake him. That's all good news for me. It's now into P8, and everyone ahead is on the soft tyres. Got to be said, by the way, a lot of people ahead of us are on the soft tyres, also starting on the soft tyres. I believe the only people starting on supers ahead were Acho and Dropbear. Dropbear's got to be said, having a fine race. He's in the top 6, and he's driving pretty good. It's got to be said. We've got Acho, who comes to pit lane, and he's now on the medium tyres. As I don't want to make it too hard for him, as we are going side by side down towards turn 10, but I brake early and give him position. No point fighting that. He was always going to get past us anyway. We're not really fighting him today. He's an effective race leader as well, it's got to be said. I believe the only people ahead of us are Jetson and Ryan, maybe, or it might be Tim Lamada, I'm not quite sure. But we're going to box this lap for the medium tyres, which should carry us to the end quite comfortably. As now we've got Brock and Dust stuff behind us on the medium as well, but we should, with the undercut, we should have a relatively good position over him, as they now get a puncture going into the pit lane. Kind of lucky it happened then, as they're now going to the medium tyres. Jetson ahead also pitted, and he's got a front wing change. But what's this? They're changing onto the supers instead? What? What the I selected the mediums. The mediums have been too brought up for my car, not the supers. And at this point I was raging, which there's no way we can take these supers to the end. It's going to be 2 stops from now till the end, and I was pissed off to say the least, as the one-stop strategy is the quickest strategy. There's no denying that, as Warden gets ahead of us, even with his really bad start. I believe he pitted a few laps ago for the mediums. And now we've got a replay. We get a puncture going to the pit lane, which is a bit weird, as my tyre was only just on 75%. I was keeping an eye on it through that lap. So it's really kind of annoying, and that puncture actually resets the tyres from medium to super soft tyres, which is so annoying. It wasn't my fault, it's just the glitch of the game. If you get a puncture, the tyre strategy resets. And that's just so annoying, and at this point I was seeing red. I wasn't taking any prisoners, I was dive bombing Jetson and hang him out to dry, and I don't think he really fought that too hard. I think he knew I made a mistake on the pit stop, selected the supers, so he knew it wasn't in the same race as me anyway. And at this point, I was just, I was seeing red. I was furious. I really wanted to do the one stop today, and I felt like I had the tyre like to do that, and just wasn't to be. As Sado there, struggling on the tyres. I believe he's on the same tyres he started the race on, and we just dive bomb in the earliest convenience. We dive bomb into the penultimate corner. Luckily, he gives us room. And we go side by side now on the back straight. We've got Jetson right behind, Warden up front, so let's see if we can try and catch him. That would be pretty good at least if we can catch and overtake him, although it's going to be said he will be going to the end of the race just like Jetson will be as well. So really, we'll be fighting for the minor point positions today, as the 2-stop strategy really isn't quick around here. As I found out from SRL, I was quite a long way behind doing the 2-stop strategy, and I really wasn't happy, as we got past Sado quite easily. Now we've got Funker, who's going to the pit lane ahead. We're not really sure what strategy he's doing. He's on the soft tyres there, even though he was on the supers before, and he came into the pit lane. So I'm not sure what's going on, but at least I got to pick up the last lap of the race, even though we got beaten by Ryan literally like 2 laps later or something. But supers really aren't a good race tyre. After like 3 or 4 laps, they actually fall off quite massively, and I wasn't able to catch Warden. Although I did have the legs over Jetson, he remained about 1.5 seconds behind through the entire stint. As Formula Fish going to the pit lane there onto a set of soft tyres, and that's actually crucial, as you're about to see in a few seconds time, as I probably should have reacted to that and come out myself. But now onto the next lap, going for the soft tyres. Jetson gets ahead of us. I believe Brock Just also is ahead of us as well, who we could have been ahead of. He went for the mediums to the softs, and I would have got good undercut to stay ahead of him, I feel. In fact, I feel like I would have stayed within like at least 5 seconds of Jetson by the end of this race. No reason why I couldn't have. So let's keep an eye on where Jetson finishes by the end of this race, as that's where I definitely could have got. But current track now in P10, and Formula Fish is just going ahead of us down the pit straight, and sure enough, there he goes. I don't have that much fuel left, it's got to be said. I've just under a lap. I believe Fish might have a bit more, not quite sure, but I was hoping to catch up to him. I knew in normal circumstances I had the pace on him. I mean, I did overtake him once during this race, even with a new personal best though. We're not gaining on him. The gap is just above a second, and I know I'm in the version Dirty Air. But I was trying. I don't think I was driving the best I could have done, but I was trying to catch up to him, and it just wasn't happening for whatever reason. This is the first time actually in this race I got DRS on the back of Formula Fish, and yeah, we're just too far back to make a move. We tried anyway, desperate lunge, trying to spook Fish, but he didn't have any of it. Fair play to him. He just had pretty good pace, it's got to be said. So good job for Formula Fish. I believe his first time getting points in this league so far. If it wasn't for Acho disconnecting from the league, we wouldn't have got points at all. We would have got P11, which is really unfortunate for him, by the way. He was leading comfortably. He probably would have won this race, and he disconnected. So heart goes out to him. We get P10. It could have been a lot more if it wasn't for that stupid strategy change in the pit lane, which really decided our race. And you probably watched him and Marduk's video by now. There was a lot of contact and incidents up ahead between him and Jared, and he actually finished not far ahead of us at the end of the race there, so I feel like we would have got him, and Brock as well, we believe got penalties at the end. But we're going to have a look at the race results in a second. I believe with Acho disconnecting, it was New Zealand Ryan who won the race ahead of... Who came second? Someone came second. I think Warden came second. I think it was Jetson third. No, sorry, no, I remember now. It was Berserk second, and then Warden third. Warden somehow coming from the very back and then getting a podium, so credit to him. And Jetson actually finishes fourth, and I came way up there. Probably wouldn't have got past him, but I could have been, what, P5, P6 without that. So I was a bit disappointed. Although to be fair, it's got to be said, I wasn't able to catch and pass Formula Fish on the same tyres. So I don't know what was going on there. My pace wasn't there today, and I have answers to find for the Spanish Grand Prix, which will be this weekend. So hope you guys enjoyed anyway. Leave a like if you did. Yeah, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys for my next race. Hopefully there will be a better one then. So I'll see you guys then. Palms up.